As someone who never wanted to bring my children to life, I'm actually observing what's going on planet Earth, and I'm going to share with you in this video 2 scenarios of what could the future hold. I'm Theresa Khalil, a writer, a documentary filmmaker from Egypt. Spent most of my life in the Arabic world. Now I live in Europe, and if you don't know, I really care for healthy living. I like to do things the right way. And as I went into this rabbit hole of healthy living, I just learned a lot, and I would like to share some of my observations in the possibilities of what is waiting for us on this planet in the coming years. So there is the optimistic scenario. The optimistic scenario is that I can see now that people are more conscious, If you look around the world, there are not many wars going on. Yes, there are nuclear weapons, but no one is using them. It's like nuclear weapons now are like things that you keep, like gold, and you are just using other weapons, like money, So nuclear weapons are just things that value your power. Because of course, if you use them, you will not harm your enemy, but you will harm yourself as well. And I see more and more people now are more into this idea of accepting the other who's different. Definitely, if I compare nowadays with how life used to be, it's much more accepting, for sure. Even in the Arabic world where I come from, I see development and I see progress. And I always say that the difference between the third world countries and the developed countries is that the developed countries, they used to be also, they had the same maybe mentality like how it is in the third world countries, but they just progressed. They became more developed. That's the difference. But at the end of the day, they are also humans. They have all the problems that comes with the human nature. So there is this possibility that people will become more conscious, become more accepting, and now they are also realizing the danger of chemicals. And you see many people, like really, even people who are maybe not educated, because there are videos and all that, you don't need even to read. So they know that they need to eat healthy. They know that they need to eat without chemicals. They know all this, and they are trying to implement it. And they are trying to find where can they get this. So I can see a future where there is more healthy food. There is more eco-friendly possibilities. There is more sustainability, and there is less plastic. There is less chemicals, and there is less interference in the seeds, genetically modifying them or whatever. Because humans now realize that playing around with such natural products will just bring harm on humanity. I see people going also further from organized religions. Religion will become more something individual. It's a relation between you and whoever you believe in. The power of religious men, like, sheikh and priest and all those, will become less. It already started from a while back when, printing was invented, and now we have internet. You have your own copy of the holy book. You have it in your pocket, or you have it on the internet, and you can look into explanation, you can look into what does it mean, what God wants to tell you, and all that. So I see how that maybe religions is not going to be, organized religions are not going to be as dominant as it used to be. And the change is coming so fast. And people will be more and more accepting of the other who's different. You see now there is chaos about sexual identity or sexual orientation and all that, and experimentation, medical experimentation, but I see that this is just a period, and in the future things will settle down. Because it's the first time, for example, you see homosexuals coming out of the closet. This is just a period of transformation. In the future, things will settle, and it will not be like people will not harass people who are different, but at the same time, there will not be all the chaos that is happening at the moment, where people are fighting, like what is right, what is wrong, what medical procedures, what to do, what not to do, and all that. Things will settle in the future. When it comes also to medical sector, you find now people are more into alternative possibilities or more understanding of alternative possibilities. They now believe that medicine is not the solution for everything, modern medicine. So I see in the future collaboration between modern medicine and alternative medicine. You don't have to go here or here. You can go to one person who's knowledgeable of everything. And the holistic way will be more what will be taken into account. So this is the optimistic scenario. Now let's go to the pessimistic scenario. Although people are more aware that we need more sustainability, more healthy food and away from chemicals, but because there are big companies that are in control of that, and because there is the rising population of humanity on planet Earth who need to feed, and not all of them can afford the organic methods of growing, it will not be possible that you will find organic food or healthy food for everyone. It will just be for the rich. And the market will be full of products that claim to be organic and healthy, and actually they are not. So you can find, for example, organic vegetables, but then you discover that they were not grown in the soil, but they were grown in a, futuristic way using some dynamics, I don't know what. Using things that we are not familiar with and we don't know what are their consequences. Although people are trying to reserve the natural seeds, but big companies will be more in power and they will just take over everything and everything will become genetically modified. Humans are trying to fight the plastic, this human invention that was celebrated in the 80s, and now we discover that it's a disaster, and there is a percentage of plastic in every human's body now, and it takes 1,000 years to decay or to dissolve. And so when the heads of all countries come together and try to stop plastic, it will be too late and everything will be contaminated with it. It's also part of all kinds of industries and it will be impossible to stop it. Whether it's medical, household, electronics. Yes, there will be people who are trying to make things out of this recycled plastic, like for example clothes and dishes and things to use, but this will make things worse because putting plastic on your body or putting food on it is not a solution. This is actually making it worse. Yes, people will become more conscious. Organized religions will be not as powerful, but the religion that will take over the planet will be the violent one. And because of political, calculations, politics will support this violence, and you will not believe that we are, for example, in 2050 and people are killing each other that way. When it comes to the medical sector, medicine will care more about extending humans' lives, but the quality will not be the best. People will just suffer more as they live more. Because everything in medicine will have side effects. So when you try to solve a problem, you will have other problems and it will be like an endless cycle. When they will try to solve the environmental problem, they will add measures that will make things unnatural, such as preventing the farmers from growing the animals as we know them, and they will encourage more inventing other products, such as taking a cell and creating a soulless chicken that is vegan. So there will be more pushing into vegan food that is actually artificial. Humans never tried before and we never know what consequences it will have on the body. But there will be pushing towards that direction, claiming that this is sustainability. As people become themselves and we discover that each human is different, there will be a lot of fights between individuals and less compromises. The childhood in humanity will be so small that when you talk to a child that is 8 years old, you will feel like you are talking to a 25-year-old human being. As more technology the humans will invent, as more challenges that will come with it. That sometimes people will just miss the time when there was no inventions at all, just like the Amish. A nuclear war will emerge because of the stubbornness and belief of each nation that they are the only one who's right. There will be nasty nuclear radiations that will be released in the world every now and then that will have severe consequences on the people who are the life that is on the planet. So that is for me the pessimistic scenario. What about you? Do you agree with the optimistic scenario or with the pessimistic scenario? For me, whether it's pessimistic or optimistic, in any case, just the idea of life and people coming, doing whatever and dying just doesn't make this experience worth it. Whether it's in the optimistic scenario or the pessimistic scenario, people are still confused, people are still suffering, people are still going to die. So that's why I didn't bring my children to life. How do you see the future? Write me down in the comment. I want to tell you that I'm on a journey to understand life, okay? So I would like to change my view. That's why I'm meeting people who see this experience of existence through different lenses. For example, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Baha'i, Krishna, and more is coming. So follow the scrapbook of life and follow my journey to understand life.